All right, welcome back to the channel. So for today's video, if you've been following along, you've seen me catch a lot of fish lately on the Texas rig lizard, which I will do in this video some. But I want to try to keep things as interesting as possible, so I want to mix it up. So I decided to start the day throwing a crankbait, which I don't do a lot of. I don't usually need to. I'm really not a big fan of treble hooks. You know, I've had so many of them stuck in my fingers and my hand and my arm and my leg. But anyway, I start off with the crankbait. You'll see me catch a couple of fish that way. And then I am always prepared. When I go fishing, I take too many rods. I have a bunch of them with everything tied with a different lure. And I always have my trusty jig and fluke with me. And came around a point, saw a fish take a bait fish off the surface, and I proceeded to throw in there with my jig and fluke and catch a few of them. One of them being a giant of a species I don't normally catch a lot of recently. I mean, I used to catch them all the time. I don't really target them, but I'll let you watch the video to see what species it is. It was a giant. And then later on, I switched back to the Texas rig lizard. It was actually a tough day. This is a post-cold front day. It was 32 degrees that morning, which is not terribly cold, but it's cold enough. But anyway, stay tuned. Thanks for tuning in. Right off the bat, first cast. And it's a good one. Good spot. I didn't even have my camera on yet. What? Good spot. All right, thanks for tuning in. We've established that the lizard will catch them, but I wanted to mix it up today. I'm throwing the Spro rock crawler. First cast, I caught a good spot, so. Oh, and we just caught a spot first cast with the lizard, so now's a good time to be out. It's another good one too, yeah. So, you know, you can catch them a lot of different ways right now. Oh, I know the lizard. You can come out with the jig and just wear them out. There's a lot of different ways of catching them.
Well, that was quick, wasn't it?
That's two good ones. I'll probably be switching it up, but I just wanted to. Haven't fished the crank much this winter. Haven't needed to. Two fish on our first two casts. That's pretty good. Well, hope it didn't jinx us by catching two right off the bat. It is 32 degrees this morning, so winter's not done. It's supposed to warm up today, but wind today.
Boy, Dana, you don't see the bait.
Yeah, I saw it. Oh, look at that, James. Oh, there was a big old spot. Just gotta.
Dana, throw it. He's still getting it.
Oh, Zane, look at that. Spot came up and got me. Right here is I was reeling it in. See, look, he's still sloshing it.
He can't get it.
It's a big old bait fish.
Dana, they're right in that bait is huge.
Darn it. Stinking treble hooks. Well, I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do.
Swim bait?
I got the jig and fluke tied on.
They were just in that bait right there. There's balls of bait everywhere.
Well, that was a big spot. Oh, there he was. Darn it, missed him. There he is. Oh. Do I turn around? I think we might want to just hold this right here where we can. I mean, there must be a school of fish right there. Oh, he ruined my fluke. Darn it. I'm gonna have to take my gloves off. See if I can salvage this fluke. Yeah, I think I can. The one that took the bait off the surface was a big one. That's the one I want to catch. Oh, there he was. Darn it.
You threw it in a little shallower.
Oh, I had him. Had him.
Boy, they're feeding up, aren't they?
Yeah, there's tons of bait. That makes sense. Boy, I'd like nothing more than to sit here and catch 10 or 20 of them. Got you that time, you son of a gun, you. Yeah, there's still, most of them are the little buck bass, but you know, it's fun. Boy, Zane, talk about a subtle bite. This is fun. I threw out deeper than that. Oh, there you go.
See, you're throwing it shallower.
I did that time, but just because you threw. This one's a little better here, Zane. It's a largemouth. This largemouth been caught before. That's a little better fish right there. When you got fish chasing bait, that jig and fluke is deadly. I'm going over the top of you. I think they're out. Most of them are going to be out there. Just a little deeper. It's deeper than you think out there too. Still didn't catch the big one I saw take that bait off the surface. Oh, there he is. Oh, it missed him. Son of a gun, you. Darn it, they're hard to hook.
And it's in shallow, isn't it?
Oh, well, he was out here right by the boat. Right by the boat. But it's a little softer. It might be a little too soft. Probably. Ooh, Zane, it's a giant crappie. Wow. I mean, I'm talking a lunker crappie. I mean, a giant crappie. I gotta get my pliers. Look at the size of that crappie. That's probably 2.5 pounds. Giant. I've just had a comment from someone asking me if I ever catch any crappie. That's a monster crappie. I caught the big one. Another largie. It's a decent fish. Yeah, we'll take it. All right, so I've had a lot of comments wanting to know about gear. And for fishing this jig and fluke, I use this is one of my backup rods, but it's a rod by Arc, and it's an Arc Essence, and it's a 7-foot medium extra fast. For fishing the hair jig, I like a medium heavy. For fishing this jig and fluke, I prefer a medium rod. You don't want it too soft. That's why I'm using an extra fast. But it's bulkier, and I just seem to hook up more when I use a medium with this jig and fluke. I've got a Shimano Vanford 2500 size reel. To me, for the money, they're the best spinning reel you can get without spending a whole lot of money. I use 8-pound Gamma Touch fluorocarbon. It's the strongest 8-pound line I've ever used. I've caught plenty of, large stripers, on this. Have no problem. But anyway, I like the rod. It's a little softer than I would like, but it's done fine. I've caught a lot of fish on it. But the jig and fluke, I've been fishing it for years. It's another one of my confidence baits. I could still catch them on my hair jig, but at times the jig and fluke it's got more bulk, and it's a little bit larger profile. Seems to make a difference. So at this point in the day, the fishing had slowed down a bit. Had a nice little flurry with the jig and fluke. Caught a couple of crankbait fish early. And then it got slow, which is typical for a cold front, a post-cold front day. So I switched back to the old Texas rig lizard.
Well, they can see it.
Yeah, just, there's more fish in the creeks right now, I know that, but there should be one on this point. Uh-oh.
Is that big largemouth?
It's a good one, whatever it is. It's a spot. It's a good one.
Boy, is it a good one.
Took it a little deep, but that's
Yeah.
a nice chunky spot on the lizard. We had a nice flurry to start the day, and then it got a little slow on us. Nice chunk. See if I can salvage my lizard here. Ooh, nope, that lizard's done. Gonna have to get another one. Oh boy, not that bad fish either.
Oh gosh.
Very largemouth. Hey. Yeah, nice chunky largemouth.
Heck yeah.
So I had to go back to the lizard. All of a sudden things just slowed down on us. I'm sure the cold front had something to do with it. Started off with a bang.
You think that hit was the one that hit me?
I doubt it. I mean, I can't see him letting your jig go by. All right, so that was actually a fairly tough day of fishing there. The cold front did have him slowed down a little bit, but we were able to switch over to the Texas rig lizard, and I caught a couple of good ones. I've had people ask me, why don't I fish a shaky head as opposed to a Texas rig? And a lot of that's just personal preference. I will fish a Texas rig 100% of the time over a shaky head. That's just the way I feel comfortable. I've caught so many fish on a Texas rig, and I think a lot of people throw a shaky head nowadays. Texas rig is still, you know, it's a little different, and I don't think a whole lot of people fish them anymore, especially when fishing a worm. It's just the way I like to do it. But anyway, thanks for watching. Give it a thumbs up, leave me a comment, make sure you're subscribed, and I'll see you out there next time.